Hello and welcome to another weekly vlog. I bet it's unusual to see me sat here in a weekly vlog instead of in the car saying I'm on my way to my mum's. I will be on the way to my mum's tomorrow, so you will see me in the car, but I thought I'd start off the vlog as I've just recorded my what I watched. I thought I'd do my opener for the vlog. New week, nice and sunny, it's not particularly warm. Nothing particularly is happening. I've just done a vlog and I've recorded a little bit for my main channel about Glenda Cleveland, who is linked to the Dahmer story. If you've been watching Dahmer on Netflix, the series, you will know who I mean. If you don't know who I mean, please watch the video, because it's my quest now to make sure as many people know about Glenda Cleveland as I can possibly tell. Isaac will be in from school soon, so we'll see what amount of homework he has. I think he's joining chess club this week. If he's remembered to get the consent form, which has to be in tomorrow, he had to collect it today. Keep your fingers crossed, folks, to see if he's got it. Darren got a, let me show you. He got a Deo patch reproduced. It's like on a canvasy sort of stuff for the back of a denim jacket. Isaac wants to dress as Eddie from Stranger Things for Halloween, so he's got the shirt, he's got the denim jacket, he's got the leather jacket, he's got the Deo patch. Darren is making him a cardboard guitar. He's got a wig, he's got the pick on a necklace. He doesn't have the rings because you can't get rings in child sizes, they're massive. I don't think anyone's going to be paying that much attention. That child's not wearing Eddie Munson's rings. So that's what he's doing for Halloween. I'm not dressing up for Halloween because I will be in the bedroom with the dogs while the door goes all night. The dogs just hate people constantly coming to the door, so even though they'll still be barking, it'll be easier for Darren to get in and out to the door. So it costs a flipping fortune each year, Halloween, honestly. And the thing that's irking me off is next door's kids will be cheeky enough to come. I'm such a grumpy bastard, I really am. Oh, I can't get that up. Right, so that's what's going on this week, folks. I shall probably check in with you, if not again today, tomorrow when I'm driving into my mum's. So catch up with you later. Hello guys. This is just wet wipes for my face wipe, sorry. It is Monday night. Thought I'd do a little catch up with you because you might not hear me in the car tomorrow and Darren might be with me. So I don't know if I'd mentioned in passing that, and this is going to be horrible, I understand, but I thought I'd do two things at once. That my mum, her anxiety, look at the state of that. Her anxiety has been quite bad. Now look at the colour of my face. This is why people say to me, oh, you've got sunburn. Because my face is bright red. I mean, look at my neck. Look at my face. I don't know why that's the case. Oh my god. Now I've got goggles on. I really shouldn't have started this while I'm talking about something serious. Anyway, and I bet this looks so much worse on a big screen. I'm looking into a tiny camera. So, I've been talking about micellar water. Obviously I give my face a good wash when I'm finished, but this is just to get the most of this slap off. I've talked about my mum and her bad depths of depression before, and I've talked about her anxiety. She has been quite anxious of late. Now we had put it down to, or should I say I had put it down to, she'd had so many infections. She was run down, she was tired, and it was a lot of that was just getting on top of her. Oh god, I do apologise folks, I know this isn't a nice thing to watch. Hang on to a rinse me thing. Okay, so we've washed our face. Isn't that a sight? Now I can tell why I wear so much makeup. Olay anti-wrinkle, which I put on when I remember, which isn't often enough. It's rarely. Tell you what, I need a bottle on my forehead. So my mum's anxiety has been getting worse. Now, in the past, it's sort of been the start of the slippery slope into like depression and stuff. God, I have such a big nose. People say, don't forget your neck, oh you'll end up with turkey neck. She had mentioned it before and my dad had said, oh, you were just having a really bad day, ever someone's getting on top of you. And that's the last I'd heard of it. And I mentioned to Darren, I was a little bit concerned about when she starts with this, she starts ranting a lot and she starts talking too fast and not making much sense and mumbling and muttering. And again, you're trying to work out, is it an infection because she's had so many, and that can do that to you. But I was speaking to her on the phone tonight, and she just completely broke down and was just sobbing down the phone. She couldn't speak. It was just really loud, constant crying, to the point that there was nothing I could say. I wasn't there, I was on the other end of the phone, and every time I tried to speak, there was just constant crying. In the end, I had to tell her I'd phone her back, which I did. And then the carers turned up 2 minutes into me phoning her back. I said, have you spoken to the doctor about this? Well, not really. Your dad spoke to them today just to order a prescription. I says, well, you have to speak to the doctor about this. I don't want them to chop and change my tablets. And I said, but if you're on the wrong thing, I said, this could be the slippery slope into how it was before. When I say how it was before, I'm talking 8 to 10 years of the pits of depression, being committed more than once to a mental hospital, suicide attempts. I don't even want to go there. It's such a hard time. But getting my dad to take ownership of it, I may as well talk to the wall. His attitude to things is bury your head and it'll go away. My mum, again, it's almost like a lost child that doesn't know what to do. So we're going to I'm going to phone the doctor tomorrow and tell the whole thing. It's not well, actually it is my doctor, but I don't think my mum tells half of it. Apparently she said that the doctor said she was on the maximum dosage for her anxiety medication. My mum takes a lot of meds. She used to be on lithium, but last time she was in hospital, they said she shouldn't be on it because it really badly interacted with something else she was on at the time. It may be the time to think about bringing that back. But he said she was on the max that she could have, and he mentioned counselling. Now, counselling doesn't help someone with anxiety and depression because there isn't an issue there to talk about. There isn't a breakdown in a marriage or a relationship. There aren't toils and troubles, and she's not dealing with major trauma from a past event. This is very simply a chemical thing in her brain. She's had it most of my life. The anxiety turns into the depression, and it's just an ongoing cycle that, I can't even tell. I'm not even going to go into it. But I'm recognising the signs. I'm going to try and take ownership of it. We're going to try to either get an appointment booked and take her there tomorrow afternoon, or after the doctor has been told everything that my mum isn't really able to. And a lot of people struggle to understand my mum when she's talking as well, because she slurs quite a bit, and it's the MS. So we're going to make sure that he's aware of everything, that he's aware of how bad it is, and either we're going to try and get her in, which is difficult. She's never out of bed till after 1. The carers have to get her up. It takes 2 of them. She's like a rag doll. It's really difficult. So to try and get her into the disabled vehicle takes ages as well. Or get the doctor to ring and speak to her and confirm the things that we've already said, and for me to say, look, you need to properly tell him everything. And hopefully for me to be there when he rings, so that maybe I can take the phone and talk to him. So yeah, it's worrying, it's really stressful. I just feel like my life is a constant cycle of worrying about Isaac and my parents. Doesn't seem to be a lot of light-hearted moments, and I know these vlogs are just, I'm sure you don't like having to listen to it all, but it's supposed to illustrate life, isn't it? And that's what's happening right now. So I'm a bit stressed, to say the least. I'm worried about what path we're going down, and yeah, we shall see. I just wish there was someone else besides me to, it's times like this you wish you had a sibling, or you wish you had the other parent with some common sense to take ownership and deal with this. But that's not happening, and it doesn't matter how much I try to make that happen, it doesn't. So I'm going to have to see what I can do tomorrow. It's trying to juggle my own health, my parents, and Isaac, and it's really hard. It doesn't leave an awful lot of time for anything outside of that, which is difficult. So yeah, I shall update you guys after tomorrow and let you know what's happening. Just realised I forgot to do my nails before I left. I meant to put these little nail wraps on that I have, which I use now instead of nail polish. and it's, oh, there's the shopping falling over. They're really awesome. They're like these little sticker things, and you put them on your nails and you file them to the size of your nails, and you put like a gloss, just a plain, you know, like see-through gloss over the top, and they last literally 3 weeks. I meant to put mine on and I forgot. Plus you don't get stained nails, because I would wear a lot of dark nail polish like red and purple, and it stains your nails. These don't. Anyway, that's besides the point. It's Tuesday, folks. I'm on my way into my mum's. So, because her physical health's not very good at the minute, along with the mental health, what we decided to do was we spoke to the doctor on the phone this morning. But obviously, with it being my mum's doctor, they can't discuss anything, which we knew. But he says, yeah, this is something we can do over the phone rather than drag her in. But I need her to phone to ask for the callback, you know, so that, you know, I know my mum does want to speak to him, but it's so difficult because she is never up until at least 1, and she can't really work the phone on her own. She can't, like, she's needed to call me a few times, and she doesn't have the dexterity of hands, even though it's with the big buttons and all that stuff. She struggles. My dad's never out of bed until nearly 4, so it leaves it a bit difficult. I'm going to see what happens. If I can get her out today to get her mind lifted and give her something to do, I'll do that, and try and arrange for her to phone tomorrow and get the doctor to call her back. We shall see. So the doctor said there's always things we can do with medication. I know my mum's not keen of changing medication, but if she's having issues, I think she possibly needs to change her medication. So we shall see. It's worrying all the same. So I'm on my way in now to see how she is. Fingers crossed she's... Well, I can't even say she's okay because she's not. But we'll see. Isaac's first school photo came home the other day. I think he's got, I'm not sure, I seem to remember a photograph of Darren, a school photograph in his mum's house, and I always thought it was his nephew Cameron because his hair's almost ginger in the photograph. Darren's hair's naturally, when he was younger, like a auburny brown colour, and in this photograph it looks ginger, but I remember him having a really pointy face, and Darren doesn't have like a big chin. I have a big chin. These things you don't know about yourself until, like, someone did a drawing of me once and I thought, Jesus, I never knew my chin was that bad, and now I'm really self-conscious about how big my chin is. But anyway, this, to get to the point I'm trying to make, Isaac obviously looks exactly like his dad, and there is a little bit of McQuillan is my maiden name. There's a little bit of McQuillan in him, but it's my dad's side, and I take after I look like my mum's side, so it's like, oh, for goodness sake. But a school photograph, he's got a really pointy chin, and I'm thinking, is that my chin? Have I cursed this lad with my chin? So, you know, I mean, he could have had anything else but the chin. But then I think to that photograph of Darren in his parents' house, and he had a really pointy face in that, but he doesn't have a big chin. So I'm not sure. I'll tell you what, I don't have, and I'm sure I won't have the actual real photograph until, when this goes up. But I'm gonna either put a scan of the, you know, like the proof that we get to choose from, or the actual real one if I have it, and you can have a look at his chin, and you can tell me, is that my chin? So yeah, poor lad. All he needs now is to hit puberty and get his dad's nose, and he's screwed. Oh dear, I want to be talking, I've got a big nose too. So yeah, so a school photos come through. He had this homework he had last night, Jesus Christ, to do with finding the, well, where did they word it? Finding the, I can't even remember. It was maths and it was ridiculous. You know when you do maths in school and you think, in what world am I ever going to need this? Because it's like sine and cosine and all this shit. Now, it was like, right, here's a number, and it was like, I think one of the numbers was 2, 3, 5, 6, or 4, 5, 6, 7, something like that, anyway, big number. Find the product Find the products of prime factors. Excuse me? I know a product means a multiple number of, and I know that a prime number, I know what a prime number is. Find them. So what you have to do is find the prime numbers that divide into the big number and write it as an equation using prime numbers. It's fucking first year, he's year 8. I'm thinking, Jesus Christ. And the way they were doing it is called the ladder system. Oh, Kelly, you've all this to come. And I've never done that before, so Jesus, see people that need to come to an actual stop to turn in off a road. I've never seen it before, so they write the big number at the top and then they write a 2 beside it, and then they divide it by 2 and put the result below the big number. Then beside that they write another prime number that divides it, and it's so like the answer could be 2 to the power of 3 multiplied by 5 to the power of 1 multiplied by 3 to the power of 4 equals the big number. And I'm sorry, but is that a bit hard for first year when you're coming from P7? It seemed a bit in-depth to me. Maybe I'm just too long out of school and I'm getting stupid, I don't know, but it seemed quite, I don't know. I think possibly because I haven't been actually taught it, and I'm like saying to Isaac, what does this mean? What's this ladder? I don't know. I said, Isaac, you've sat and done it in school. What is it? How does it work? Can't remember. The words I can't remember are becoming increasingly used in our house, so I have to try and muddle through Google teacher, trying to figure out what this system means and how to use it, and then I have to almost reteach it to Isaac. He needs to start paying attention. Also, they were given homework of stuff they hadn't covered for science, which was, DCM cubed. What the hell's DCM cubed? What was it? Decicentimeter? No, it wasn't. Oh, I can't remember what it was, but I'm like, I've never even heard of this thing. What is it? DCM. So I can't remember D. Anyway, they weren't taught it, but the teacher said, right, do pages 5 and 6. And at the end, it was the last class of the day. And it was basically as they were leaving, right, homework pages 5 and 6, and they were just scribbling it down. And the lads at the table, Isaac's table, they looked at it and goes, what the hell does that mean? So none of them understood the homework, but did any of them say, sir, I don't understand the homework? No. They brought the homework home to mums and dads for them to sit and scratch your head trying to work out what DCM cubed was. And then this palaver of having to convert milliliters into centimeters cubed. And I'm sitting going, hang on, milliliters is like a liquid thing. It's to do with liters. Centimeters is to do with distance. So it's like meters and millimeters. How the hell am I supposed to convert milliliters into centimeters? And I went on and on. So yes, homework's getting a little bit more in-depth now. And I'm getting an education, shall we say. So that's what's happening. I'll go because I'm doing my in-car driving again, talking. That's all my vlogs are right now. Somebody's just pulled off the road across my path. That was pretty close. So I'll try and check in with you on the way back, guys, and let you know how things went with my mum. So Kara's leaving. My dad's still in bed. Blinds are shut. Oh dear God. Right. Catch up with you later, guys. Hello. It is bedtime. It is, what day is it? Tuesday. I didn't update you earlier after my mum's. I'm convinced this is going to make my neck green. Yeah, look. Why is it when you get nice necklaces or chains? My little wooden fox, but the chain's crap. The doctor phoned my mum. I didn't get time to go in and tell her to phone the doctor. She was up really early and called the doctor herself at like 10 o'clock. What I didn't know was she hasn't been able to sleep for the past few nights. She's just constant on edge. The doctor had said that there's always things we could, but I think she feels a little bit better about it, even though obviously she's still got the terrible anxiety. I'm so itchy. I was reading, I just thought she has been a bit anxious of late, but oh, he's got that bloody razor there. See there in the background? I keep moving. Every time I come in the bathroom, I move that razor and put it in a drawer. And every time Darren comes in the bathroom and uses it, it's there. What was I going to say? I was reading the side effects of the steroids. She started the steroids. You see, I saw her on Wednesday and Thursday of last week because I took her for her neurology appointment on Wednesday, and I took her for her COVID and flu jab on Thursday. And even though she has been a little bit anxious lately, it's been a massive ramp up. Like when I spoke to her on the phone the other night and then today, she's like, the anxiety has just gone mad. She's just not making sense. She's ranting. She doesn't want to be bothered with anything. But I thought, this is so fast. And she's just started steroids, 5 days course, and I checked. Number 2 symptom on the list, side effects of steroids, is increasing anxiety and depression. So I'm hoping, and problem sleeping, which she's also started with. So I'm hoping that she took her last of the steroid today. I'm hoping that by the weekend she feels a lot better, but the doctor has actually prescribed her a new tablet that she's going to start when she gets it. So we'll see what happens. So fingers crossed we get a little bit, something. I'm just so used to this situation, just spiraling really badly once it starts. So we'll just have to see what happens. I want to take her out today to the range because she really likes to go to the range with the garden centre and stuff. And to get there, I need to take her in like the disabled vehicle, my dad's car. So I got her in, I got the back down, I got the winch on, I got her in, secured, seat belted. It's a process. Got in the car, turned the key in the ignition, dead. So the battery in the car is just knackered. My dad, you see, only does these little short drives every couple of days to the co-op, and I mean, it takes me 5 minutes to walk from the co-op to my parents' house. They're right in the town centre, but the thing is, with him sort of having the fibro and being sore, he can't really carry shopping back, so he drives up. But the drive is literally so short, you probably never get out of 3rd, 4th gear. And I think loads a little. I've told him you need to take the car for like 20-minute, half-hour drive once a week. So he's getting a friend to come down to give him a jump and see what happens. So there was that. There was trying to get her in and out of that bloody car. Took her to, she just wanted to go to Cameron's, which is like a department store, a bit like Debenhams, and the chemist to pick up a couple of bits, and took her back home. I walked past the home bakery, and in the window there was this really lush looking Victoria sponge. Now, it's been so long since I've had Victoria sponge, I literally don't remember. I've maybe had it once or twice in my life, but for some reason this Victoria sponge was calling my name. I walked past the window pushing my mum in the wheelchair, and I'm like, oh, that Victoria sponge. I had to go back. I went back and bought the Victoria sponge, and it was very tasty. My mum really enjoyed it too, so did Isaac. Darren even had a bit, and he's not allowed to because of the gluten, but he complained within half an hour. I shouldn't have eaten that. So I think it's had an adverse reaction on him. So today has been flat car batteries, phone calls with doctors, anxiety, Victoria sponges, and that's about it, summed up. So yeah, I shall check in with you tomorrow. Tomorrow the dogs are getting their annual booster. Molly's going back just to Darren wants to see if he can get a prescription for her heart murmur meds. Then we can order them online, like for cheaper. I don't know, if the vets will do that, so we'll see about that. Have to pick up Isaac from school because he's starting an after school thing tomorrow, chess club. So Thursday I've got a contact lens and eyesight test, but I'm going to move it to next week because I feel so tired and drained at the minute with everything going on and being out a lot. It sounds ridiculous, like just going out, but it just is draining me so much. and the weather's really cold now. It's like proper put the heating on weather. And my bones just right to the marrow, like, oh, they hurt so much. And then obviously I'm driving them lot to Scouts on Friday night, and then I'll be at my mum's for a couple of hours. So yeah, I'm gonna move the opticians to next week, I think. So yeah, right, I'll go and get this slap off my face and go to bed. And I shall speak to you guys later in the week. It is Wednesday, I think. Yes, it's Wednesday. We are on our way to the vets. As you can probably see, I'm Molly. There is a Dobby too, but she's behind the sea. We are going to the vets for the annual boosters. And Darren's going to try and get a prescription for Molly's heart murmur medication so that we don't have to pay through the nose at the vets. It's cheaper online, but you need a vet's prescription. Isaac has his chess club today after school, and I'm saying to Darren, I really hope he does. Isaac would forget things really easily, and knowing our luck, he will forget he's staying after school because he's not staying with everyone, you know, it's just individuals. And he will just come home on the bus, and he will get home and we won't be there, and he will be locked out of the house. That's going to be fun and games. See, we're going to the vet and then we're picking him up from school, so fingers crossed he remembers what he's meant to be doing. My mum called up today, ranting again. It's about tablets the doctor gave her. She seemed to think she should have this tablet that he prescribed yesterday when they don't get down to the pharmacist, usually for 2 days. And she's ranting down the phone like this repeat thing, and you can't work out a word she's saying. It's just like yesterday she seemed to have picked up a little bit, but today she's as bad as she was yesterday, or as she was the day before. I'm hoping that the steroids have exacerbated it and it settles down a bit, but it's pretty bad at the minute. And before she started, where she actually had to be committed in the end, this is how it started. This constant repetition and slurring of words and just not really knowing what she's talking about. And now she's got the instructions confused of the medication. Yesterday she told me and my dad she was to take the new medication with what she already had, and today she's telling me she's to take it instead of. Well, obviously we don't know, as we weren't there, and the GP shuts half days on Wednesday, so we can't even phone to ask. I had to end up phoning the chemist to find out if they had the prescription, and it's like, well, she thinks it's out in the van for delivery. Problem is, my dad's in bed, as he always is at this time, and they can't deliver it because he's not up. And my mum didn't take the medication that this is meant to replace or be taken alongside, we're not sure, but she didn't take it, and it's just proper exacerbating just how she is. So that's something to just stress me about again today. It's just never flipping ending. Like, I'm aching from head to foot with the weather, and I know you can see sun on my face, but it's cold, and I've got that proper cold in my bones. So now it's constant worrying about my mum. Is it gonna, you know, you can't even try and put it out of your head, because then she phones you and starts ranting down the phone at you. There's like no getting away from it. I probably sound horrible to say this, but this is my outlet sort of thing. But yeah, we'll go and get the dogs seen to and collect Isaac, and yeah, I shall probably check in with you tomorrow. I've cancelled, or Darren cancelled for me, my optician's appointment for tomorrow because there was just too much on this week and I'm really sore and tired. So tomorrow will be a day of rest, and then Friday's Scouts, so I'll get myself psyched up for this apology. That'll be fun. And then Saturday's Jiu-Jitsu. So yes, I'm going to go, and I shall check in with you guys probably tomorrow or Friday. Switched it on to see if Molly starts. She usually can tell where she's going from about this roundabout. So I can hear her, you probably can.
She's squeaking.
Oh, there's my bloody air fresheners down. Right, so they're just up this road, and she knows where she's going. She's like, no, I don't want to go.
The green
No, Dobby, don't drop them on the floor. No. Oh dear. Where are you?
So yeah, this is where the burnt went. Oh, why are you going down?
Are you well done in the vets, Dobby? Have you had your little inoculator? You're nosy girl. She's very nosy. She's had her little jab. Not a squeak out of her. Molly was extremely nervous. Darren's in there with her now. We are taking Isaac to Scouts. We are calling up for Robert and Kayla. That should be interesting. My apologies due. I'm riveted. I can't wait. It's raining really badly. Apparently we got the tail end of Storm Ian, Hurricane Ian. Today, this morning, there's stuff was blown off the roof. What's that called? Fascia?
Yeah.
It's been shocking. Really, really bad. Still raining. But yeah, that's an update on what's happening. I shall maybe check in with you guys tomorrow. So it's Saturday, and today you can see what I've been doing. Got some Halloween stuff out. You can't, it's not very clear. No, Dobby, that's not helpful. Let me get up. So we've got this little table with all these like burners on it. Then we've got pumpkins, pumpkin candles. She's having a nice ride on Frankenstein's head. These little ghosts light up. I've got some of my snow globes I brought down. The skeleton-y ones. It's my favourite one. And this one, is this the one with the bats? That is, look. Can you see the little bats? How cool is that? I love snow globes. We've got some Happy Halloween bunting. Velcro. We've got some skeletons that light up. We've got the Halloween table with some burlap sacks, and we're going to get, we have some lights on the tree that lights up. Various little scary bits on there. Jack skeleton baubles, skeletons, blood bags, spiders. I might try and buy some like spooky flowers. If not, they'll just do. We've got a spider. There's our neighbour doing some work. And some wee bits there. But Darren's actually going to do a painting on that window. And hopefully this one, because that window's naff. I've just stuck any old crap on it just to have something there. So yes, it's all done because someone said that they wanted to go up on the 1st of October. So it did. Where was Isaac? Upstairs watching YouTube.
I didn't know you were putting it up.
When did you want it to go up?
October 2nd.
October 1st, which is today. I think I'm going to probably pick up another couple of bits, to be honest, because I'm not putting anything on the walls this year because I've got holes in the wall last time. Eventually all those pictures are coming down and I'm putting a big print on that wall. So, yeah, that's what's been happening today. Saturday night, bedtime. Oh, did we rain it, Dobby? Oh, she's just turned over. Oh, dear me. Oh no. She's up.
Kisses.
Hello, it is Sunday. I forgot to film the stuff. I didn't light up all the decorations last night. Because if we do, we'll be out of fortune in batteries by the end of October. So, usual Sunday, on my way into my mum's, usual happening, waiting on Darren. It's really cold. Let's start the engine, get the car warmed up.
You have seat warmers, you reckon?
Yeah, it's not cold enough for seat warmers just yet, Isaac.
I used the seat warmers in summer.
Well, you shouldn't be using the seat warmers, Isaac.
Why?
So, yeah, into my mum's. Nothing strange to start. I watched Strictly last night, if you're following it. I do enjoy Strictly. Fleur East isn't turning out as good as I expected. She's a really natural, really like rhythmic dancer, but I think when she has to do something following really strict rules, she struggles a bit, but she feels the music. Will Mellor's really good, which I did suspect he would be good, but there is a little blonde girl, and I've forgotten her name. I think she's maybe on one of the soaps, but I don't watch soaps. She was really good. I really enjoy watching the guy that's is in nature. His name starts with K.
Do you mean the guy with the like
really,
hair down to his ankles?
Yeah, really cool dreads. It's like a young David Attenborough type. He's not like going to win it, but I do enjoy watching him. Johannes is a joy to watch. He's such an amazing dancer. Obviously, they're professional. I love Johannes. So I don't know if Fleur would need to improve the technique a bit to win. I thought it would be a cert to start with. When I saw she was in it, I'm like, what? Fleuriste is in Strictly. But no, whoever that blonde girl is, I cannot remember her name right now.
Blonde girl.
I don't think I knew her name to start with, to be honest. What's going on, folks, is next door neighbour, I may have mentioned this very briefly. Next door neighbour's got a boyfriend. I shudder at the thought.
Oh God, it makes me feel sick.
But he's been there a bit, and he seems to be there a lot more regular. He's there right now. Her car's not there and his is. So I'm assuming she drove up to his, left her car there, and then he's drove back to spend the day at hers. That's what the only explanation I can think of. And like, we're hoping against all hope, if this gets serious, that she will move out and in with him. But because she's got 2 kids, and because we live in a very small village, and because the school obviously is very local, unless he's a local man, which I very much doubt, because I don't think anyone local would go near her with a barge pole, because everyone knows what she's like. She's psycho, and everyone knows she's psycho. So he has to be from outside.
He's going to find that out soon enough.
But, well, someone married her and had 2 kids with her. So the only way she's going to move is if she wants another fresh start. But I would imagine you would want to keep your kids in the school that they're in, to keep things consistent for them. But then again, if she concocts, her favourite thing is making problems where there aren't any. And that's exactly what Thea's mum said, Elena. She said she will make drama, I think is the word she used. She will create drama where there isn't any. And it's so true, she's spot on. But if you knew this woman, she's...
repugnant.
No, I'm talking about the person that said it to us. The person that warned us mainly. We had a couple of people, but she was very vociferous. She's one of these people that doesn't know... God, a spade's a spade, and she doesn't know when certain things aren't appropriate. No social etiquette. She uses the C word very freely, which I don't like. Maybe I'm a stickler, it makes me uncomfortable. I think it's vulgar. But, example, she came down to visit someone that lives in our cul-de-sac, and she saw our neighbour had just moved. She lived in the old area. She spotted her in the house next to us, didn't know she'd moved there. And at the top of her voice, in the whole cul-de-sac, with this neighbour out, she shouted, "What the F is she doing here?" That's the sort of person she is. So, although what she said was completely accurate, I wanted to take it with a bit of a pinch of salt, because I thought she might be an antagonistic sort of person. And anyway, I always take people as I find, unless they've done something horrible to someone that I'm close to and I can trust. If somebody I'm friends with says this person did X, Y, and Z, then I'm going to believe that if I'm a close friend with them. But they would have to be very close. So, yeah, we're hoping she moves out, long story short, but I can't see it. Because if he has to be from out of town, you guys can follow this little story. So she's probably been dating him for what, about 3 months? 2-3 months, would you say?
Sure.
A couple of months, we'll say. His car's there more often, and her car's away more often, which is always good. So we'll see how long. Usually people are dating for at least a year before they move in with each other. A lot of the time more. If you have kids, more, because you have to be 100. But then again, she's not going to put the needs of her kids over her own at all. But if she's managed to disingratiate herself with enough people, she may move.
Why is he stopped there? That's just a junction. Has he got someone?
Yeah, doesn't care. He stopped where it's handy for him, hasn't he?
What a trap.
She may just want to move out of the village, because 95% of people that live in the village know exactly what she's like. So it may be an escape for her to get away. Before, she had to go to England to get away. This is me. I'm a great excuse to that.
Yeah,
not that I had
to get away from men as well, though, didn't she?
Yeah, well, that's kind of irrelevant, but so let's hope that she moves in with him and is away from us. And when I said I will put balloons and streamers out, I'm not actually lying. I will buy a cake, I will put balloons on the door, I will put a banner that says celebrate
I'm going
on
to
it.
stand outside a house when she's there with party poppers.
But yeah, But if any neighbour says, well, what are you celebrating? I'll say,
she's
oh, it's
moving out.
I can't do that. That makes you look like an arse then.
Good.
So you want us to fall out with all the neighbours then?
But they all know what she's like.
No, they don't. The two people that live opposite don't.
I'll have a little jig with that guy 2 doors down.
Huh?
Bullseye block, we'll have a jig in the street.
So if you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, you've got 9 houses in our cul-de-sac. So we'll take her out with 8 houses. One of them we can't count because nobody's hardly in that house, which is the other side of us. So there's us, and there's the guy that owns the Bolton Caravan, and there's the guy that lives opposite the one with the Bolton Caravan, and there's the one beside him. So there's 4 neighbours that know of her, that can't stand the sight of her, that want her out. There is one right on the end that doesn't know her. I don't even know who lives there. They keep themselves to themselves. And then there's the 2 right opposite us, which is Bridget, who's a religious woman I've spoken about with 2 young children, and beside her is a young couple with a young baby who's just, again, really nice couple. So they're both fine with her. But the woman that lives opposite Bridget, the one that always says, oh, you'd have to be hitting her over the head with something before she'd complain, when we got our fence up, I don't know if you remember long enough ago of me complaining about next door's kid constantly coming on our door, just constantly like rapping the letterbox, and he was a pain in the arse. And you'd be having your tea, he'd be at the door, you'd say he's having his tea, he'd be back 10 minutes later again, he'd be back half an hour again, and it was constant. And every time the door goes, our dogs go ballistic. So obviously it was a pain in the arse. So even though we'd always wanted a fence, we never pushed for one. But when that started happening and they wouldn't leave the house alone, I'm like, oh, for Christ's sake. So we asked about getting a fence up, and we got a fence up. But now the woman that lives across the way, Bridget, that's the other house that the kids won't leave alone. They have a fence around their garden, but they have an open driveway. If you've seen me film out of the house, they're right opposite us, big driveway. They have had a lot of work done outside with resurfacing, and yesterday they had a big concrete post put in, like, at the front of their drive. So it very much looks like, I could be wrong, it looks like they're getting a big, like a big wide gate put across the driveway. And if they are they getting that put on to keep them out, because they're never up, so we don't know. It's like Inspector Caluso, it's like Scooby-Doo trying to work out what's going on. And yesterday next door's kids were out and Bridget's kids were out, but next door's kids didn't go over, which is very unusual.
They had cement mixers and tools and digging, and kids were digging.
So
they didn't go over.
The thing is, they said maybe they were told not to come over when works were going on in case someone got hurt.
No, the kids would have been around that, like flies around,
But so we're trying to work out, does that mean, because me and Darren have been wondering how long is it going to be before Bridget's wise to her and she hacks her off? How long is it going to take? So we're wondering, has that happened yet? It's awful. There's nothing as horrible as living next door to someone that just wants to create trouble and drama, and just, we're next to her. And I mean, she made her last neighbour's life hell to the point that she put CCTV up, so God knows what she was doing there. Now my concern is when the girl gets older, the girl's probably about 8 at this stage, at a guess, she might be 7. And it sounds awful, but this wee girl is nasty, she's horrible. When she gets, I'm going to say 11, 12, 13, I dread to think what she'll be up to. So I'm really hoping they're gone before that happens, because we're not going to be able to move, because I apologise about this, so because we will never have the money to buy a house. It's not going to happen. So we're in a housing association house that we get everything fixed that we need to get fixed.
And it's a nice area.
It's a good area. It's quiet. It's in the countryside. We have no reason to ever want to move out, unless I win the lottery or Darren wins the lottery. Then we'll move out.
If I win the lottery,
You don't do the lottery.
what would it?
You're not allowed to do lotteries.
Yeah, you're not 18 yet. So, short of us winning the lottery, we're not moving out. So let's hope this boyfriend of hers has a house of his own and she moves in with him. That's the desire.
I might start sleep naked, defecated in neighbour's garden.
No.
Oh.
So, yeah, that's what's happening now. We put up the Halloween decorations yesterday. I feel like we need more stuff. Darren's going to do painting on the window. which look at, I hate how it looks in the windows at the minute. I can't wait to get the, so you need to get moving on without painting. He put a load of white sheets together yesterday on the kitchen table, the size of the window, so that you can draw the image on, and then you put that on the outside of the window so that you can like draw around it on the inside, if that makes sense, and then you can obviously colour it in. So
Tell about the car.
the bit of, yes, a piece, I think I did, I think I mentioned a
No,
piece of,
but they hate the car, they didn't.
yeah, a piece of
Alright.
fascia fell off during that wind,
Nail side down, it said.
and I was looking for it and couldn't see it.
That's right, front bonnet.
And it's hit the car, so we've got a dent. Great.
And a chip, a nail chip.
So that's great. So nothing much else to tell you. I will sign off now because I doubt there'll be anything else to tell you later on. And thank you for watching another weekly vlog. As I've said before, apologies that 99% of this vlog's me talking, because that's what it is. But we're not going anywhere, so I can't really film much else.
You're doing mine.
Well, you know what I mean. It's like there's nothing exciting for me to film. I very much doubt they want to walk around B&M or the pound shop. Well, that's the highlight of my getting out in the week.
My naked sleep garden defecation.
Yeah, well, you do that and I'll film
Yes.
it. So, I'm about to go round a roundabout. It's not the time to be signing off the vlog, is it? I'm surprised that didn't beep at me
Beep,
then.
beep, beep. It's always telling you off in it, darling.
This car, if you're parked in traffic or at a traffic light and the car in front of you moves off, if you don't move quick enough, it starts beeping at you, and it says on the screen,
Dear Lord.
look at that little dog. It says on the screen, car has moved away or car has moved off. Car in front has moved off. That's what I think it says. It's like, okay, give me a minute. So, yes, I shall speak to
Child
this
in the back has farted.
man in the front has farted.
Yes.
Right, I
Thinking
shall,
about it, though.
I shall speak to you guys next week. Thank you for watching as always. Over and out.